Oh, it did it.
Took us down.
Whoa,
look at that.
Wait
that
a
makes
minute.
it 5-5, right?
That makes it 5-0.
5-0.
You got
that's
two
right.
there.
That's my two.
You know, I got to spot you a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, beginner's
so
luck,
5-0, and here we are. You know what that
Yeah.
reminds me? For an HR tip,
Yeah.
what could be 5 things that we would really want to know about HR? Oh, and here we have HR
There you
Steve right here.
And he was talking about five HR, what was it?
5
5
elements.
key documents. They have the 5 elements every company should have just to minimize some risk.
So this is Ed LaFlamme, head harvester from the East Coast,
Bill Arman from the West Coast.
along with
Steve Caesar, the head harvester for Human Resources, also from the West Coast. We're talking about the 5 most important documents that a company should have to minimize some HR risk. So here they are in reverse order. Number 5, I think the 5th most important document for you to have is an arbitration agreement. Have every employee sign an arbitration agreement that basically allows them to waive their trial by jury. This allows you to go through a lawsuit in a more cheap, fast, and efficient way. They should sign this as part of their new employee orientation program. It can't be part of the employee handbook in a lot of states. It's got to be separate. It's got to be done at the time of the new employee orientation. Second, every company should have employment practices liability insurance. This is the kind of insurance that protects companies from lawsuits, wrongful termination, sexual harassment, any type of retaliation. To have this kind of insurance really gives you a chance to withstand attorney's fees if those things ever happen. So make sure you talk to your insurance broker to get employment practices liability insurance.
is that expensive, Steve?
It's a function of payroll, Ed. You know, most companies it can be anywhere between like maybe $4,000 and maybe $6,000 or $7,000. But when you consider the cost of a jury trial and lawyers' fees, it's really insignificant.
5,000 or 6,000 is a retainer.
You're right.
For an HR attorney. So I think that's
Exactly
that'd be
right.
very wise to get that.
So
bet.
beyond the arbitration agreement and EPLI insurance, the third most set of important documents is just key job descriptions. You got to have job descriptions. It's very important nowadays for not only lawsuits and risk, but also for performance coaching, accountability, and compensation. Make sure the job description contains the essential functions of the job that you're going to need for workers' comp, return to work, as well as the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. Make sure it says the exemption status, exempt versus non-exempt, the amount of requirements that an employee must have for a number of years of experience, and also some factor about the employee's work environment, working inside, working at a desk job or whatever. So job descriptions are very, very important as well. Second, don't forget our friend Mr. I-9. Immigration's a very big topic now. You guys hear about it on the news all the time. Make sure your I-9s are done correctly. We're going to talk about those in another video as well. But make sure all your I-9s are done correctly, done timely, and stored properly. And the last and the most important thing in my mind, just make sure you have an employee handbook revised every year, handed out to every employee, updated annually, and make sure they sign the employee handbook acknowledgement form that gets filed correctly for record-keeping purposes. Those 5 documents, you guys should be in pretty good shape.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Steve.
Okay.
Good tips.
We're trying.
What do you think? Good tips for you?
Oh, you bet.
And if you want even more information like that, all you have to do is tune right into our Harvest Academy. Your link is below. Check it out. It's $10 for the first month, and you get my CD for free. Okay, Green Side Up. I read the whole thing, and it'll really help, I think, to help you run your business better, and it also helps you sleep at night if you can't
It
sleep.
does. It's a little sleep potion.
Exactly.
But we had a great time, and I hope you got some good information from our video this week.
Hey.
This is Ed LaFlamme, head harvester from the East Coast.
Head harvester Bill Arman from the West Coast. Beautiful coast it is.
Beautiful.
Head harvester Steve Caesar for Human Resources, also on the West Coast, helping you guys to
Harvest
harvest your
your
potential.
potential.